This morning, it's just before 10, and I got up late, but I was intentional. I was like, no, I need to rest. So onwards. Only around here would you have bits of planes and bits of helicopters. But a lot of places like have old cars, and you hear a lot of helicopters around here. I was heading for this place. Like, perfect. There's the North Downs Way, but yeah, this is Grubbs Wood, and it was about 10 minutes down the road. It's typical, isn't it? I mean, I was happy with where I was, but this would have been even better. But I just got to that point last night. It was like 10, just after 10 o'clock, 10:30, and I was just knackered. It was dark, and I was like, here. So it wasn't a bad place. And there's White Hill Tower. I could have come right by the tower, and there's a pub just up the road. While camping, spidey sense was correct. I think it was a folly. I suppose there was an information board around here. Information boards about everything, including Chalden, gateway to the Surrey Hills. Even better for proper stealth camping is these. You could definitely camp over there. It looks like there might be some mountain bike rat runs, but you can camp down there. And that's like the Grafham Down. Once you camp in a little hollow, you're quite invisible, even for maybe horses. There's quite a lot of GGs around here, which means they're quite high up and they'll see you. No benches for miles, and then a sudden rash of them, like buses. I'm not sure what this is, it's some kind of viewpoint. It would be nice if these benches were a bit staggered in other places, not just all kind of here. Caterham viewpoint. It's a bit random, I spent a lot of money on it though. Okay, I'd be more excited if it had water or a toilet. Bins though, and so many benches. I'll be glad when we get away from the ever-present hum of the M25. So that might be the A22 which we're crossing. We seem to be following the M25 for a long way. No sign of water though, so I might have to go into Oxted. Or we go through or near Tatfield. So I think this is not M25. A lay-by with a family down there, very badly sighted. There's nowhere I can get down there. Currently we're at Godstone. And there are mines in the area, so I don't know if that's one of the capped off mines. Yeah, I think according to the map, there is actually a pathway to that lay-by. It's the first sign of anything. Even if I have to buy a bottle of water, a coffee would be nice. Maybe have a second breakfast, because I was a bit hungry. Too much to eat, anyway. I had a really nice baguette and a nice chat with the bloke. Apparently, this is also part of the mine. This lay-by and everything remains of the Godstone mine. Sadly, like many places, the toilets are closed. You certainly could camp here. It'd be very noisy. Behind that little gate is a lay-by. It's a weird dodgy van. What kind of van you go down the road like this? Strange. So it's nice to chat about walking coastal. I told him about the whole salt path scam thing, where as a coastal walker I was like, really? When that book came out, I was like, I'm not sure I believe this. The right way? Yes, North Downs Way. Easily done. I actually did that kind of by accident. Oh, it is the right way. He talks about piers and coastal walking and long distance walking. Apparently he knows the guy, a friend of mine's reading the series, I can't remember his name at the moment, but the guy that's spent 6 years walking the whole of the coast. I wanted to do that in sections and it would have taken me a lot longer. I have done a fair bit of the coast. I haven't done that much. Get some water. It didn't have tap water, but that's better than nothing. So back to walking. And Wealden Cave and Mine Society. I wonder if they get access to the mines here. Unit 2 Cave Research and Exploration. I wonder. That's Waldingham School. And this is Marden Park, which is Woodland Trust. Marsden Woods. Very possible. Kind of getting a bit worried now because I see so many good sights early in the day. You know, later on it might be a dearth of them. I wondered what bored lumberjacks do. They play noughts and crosses. It's the M25, I think. Yeah. And this would have been a really useful map if someone hadn't destroyed it. Mentions where I used to live. Minded comment, French comment. You were here, Oxford Downs. So, update. I'm heading towards Kemsing Nature Reserve, which is about 11 miles away. I hope to make that today. If not, a fallback position is in 8 miles there is Star Hill. Now, the thing about Star Hill that bothers me, there's this thing called the Fort Halstead. I don't know whether it's an old fort or a new fort, but it's got those hatchings that say Range MOD. I don't want a repeat of Old Winchester Hill. Your own camping platform. That'll just do a tent nicely. But yeah, it is this way down. Down, 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 down. I think we're crossing the M25 again. I'd be very happy when I'm away from the M25. I'm very happy when I'm away from Surrey. There's a footpath that's rarely used. Yeah, I don't fancy that. Yeah, more bramble tunnels, which seem to have been cut by little people. Raining again, but it's quite refreshing in a way. It's like a gentle rain where it's not worth putting your jacket on for. It's been mostly sheltered, so when it's been really chucking it down, I've been in a wood. I'm back into the bramble, the bramble tunnels. This is a bit of a higher bramble tunnel, but yeah, you have to watch out for some of the low hangers. For now, talking about low hanging, this kilt is a lot better, but I've had to be very careful when I'm sitting down. The whole point of the kilt is to be a true Scotsman. There's more airflow, more detailed than you wanted, but this is the issue. This is why I didn't go walking in 30 odd degrees, because it's way worse. Scenery, though not too fond of the M25. Yeah, it's Oxted Downs, as I mentioned before. Yeah, campable in bits. You know, always good. Downs, heathlands, always common lands are always good places. It wouldn't be one of my walks without a cornfield. No, I'm not going to make that joke. Field of Dreams. No. Oxted Downs, the sequel, part 2. Another great view of the M25 and another hill. And also an old friend, Vanguard Way, which connects to Alfriston. So that connects to South Downs Way. So that's a link between South Downs Way and here. Kent border, 3 miles. Yes, yes, we're leaving Surrey. Yay! Soon Surrey will be gone. I grew up there. I'm not a fan. I can flash the M25. See if I can cause a pilot. No, I wouldn't. It doesn't think they can see me from there. I hope not, anyway. Good place for a bench there. Of course it started raining again. So this is an unusual kind of rogue alfresco bench in the middle of nowhere. Is this a new thing? I haven't bought bottled water for a while. You know, the fixed things. I know they're very popular in Europe, but I do not like them. And also, yes, they don't fit sports caps or the soil filter, but you know, it doesn't matter. This is going to be my spare water bottle. I was sitting on a butterfly as well. Is that frazzled skipper? Grizzled skipper. Oh, I always like a grizzled skipper. Is that a moth or a butterfly? But yeah, just in the bench. That's a nice bit of art. Random art. Oxted, your gateway to adventures. So we've done less than 8 miles, 12 miles to Oxford. But what I'm interested in is looking at that. We're here, and we've got another. It's a bit under a third, but I've done about a bit under a third of it. So by the end of the day, maybe I've done close to a third. Not to be sniffed at. If you could do half or over half, that would be good. You can see there's so many train stations, like Maidstone, you know, Hollingbourne, Ashford, well, I'm not doing the Canterbury loop. I'm just going this way. I don't know if I want to do the Canterbury bit. I might do. If I really feel like it, I could do this bit, then loop back and go to Ashford or something. Yeah. The other trail I've not mentioned is the Greenwich Meridian Trail as well. So many trails. This is where we say goodbye to the Vanguard Way, I think. We're heading up to Botley Hill. And it's chucking it down, but I'm under trees, so I don't care. Spoke too soon, I think. Rather more insistent rain than what we've been having. Gotta watch out for those trees. Those useless trees. Jump you when you're walking. As you can hear, the rain is rather more insistent, resisting it down. Scenery. It's raining. Roundabout. Hello. What was it is art? I was going to say it looks like a bunch of benches built upon time and tide. Okay. Beautiful scenery as well. Scenery. I like the contrast between the ironstone and the sandstone. And this is a neighbourhood watch area. Yeah, not much of a neighbourhood to watch. Another lovely crossing. Yeah. You don't say. You don't say. You don't say. What did he say? He didn't say. No, old joke. No. Scenery. Beautiful. I love it when it's this quiet. You can barely hear the road. Wonderful view. I actually prefer it. This is very open countryside. Oh, it's easy to walk. Spitfire or hurricanes, I don't know. But yeah, definitely World War II. Oh, there's always a chainsaw, appropriately. A useful compass. See, I can't take it with me. Oh dear, what will the coos do? Nothing. Coos are fine. I might find out these are the only vampire cannibal cows in the Western world. Hello. One of them has a ring through its nose. Don't mind me. Just beautiful coos. I don't want to always keep moaning. I know I do moan a lot, but I try not to do it, especially with what's recently happened. Try to stay more positive. I've got other things on my mind, but I'm not a fan of walking down the sides of fields. There's a section here where it's all along fields, cornfields and wheat fields. Well, they're barley, I'm not sure. We've had all kinds of fields. Not actually going in a straight line quite often. These sort of going around the fields, around the houses. Not a fan. Either one is livestock fields. There's been quite a few of those as well. And again, that's more trying to avoid the cows' mess. I'm wondering if there's a bull in here or cows that came across just now were very chill. Kent Surrey border, 3 3/4 miles. Oh, so we have passed over, not into the dark side, we passed from the dark side. Lane. Yes. Surprised there isn't a boy racer racing down it. Is it a country lane if there isn't a boy racer racing down? Reversing. We made that joke on the tint in the camp. There's Paul. It's odd, the whole Paul business. Well, you know, odd is not the right word for it. The gulf between private and public has been very evident this last week, and how it is important to enforce that. Having seen some of the negatives in a very, very small number of people who has seriously overstepped the mark, trying to contact me urgently. Anybody who actually knows me knows how to contact me urgently. It's difficult to talk about it without giving information away. I want to talk about it because I want to get it off my chest and deal with it. I'm also aware that I don't really want to share anything that I feel like he wouldn't want me to share. So there's kind of a weird tightrope balancing happening this week. I didn't really want to be the harbinger of bad news. I go wild camping, I make hiking videos, I review gear. That's it. You see that part of my life. Like with Paul, you don't see the other parts of my life. I think it's this way. We are human too, and we have things which we don't want to share, have things that we, you know, we're not really wanting to be public. And it has been very strange seeing that other side of that curtain with Paul. This is why I don't like those modern things. I didn't close it properly, and then I put the pack down, and the last of my water went everywhere. I've got no more water now. Boo. The nearest water is about half a mile to a mile away. Hopefully the pubs are open. Dear. They're bound away in a minute. Yep. That's one damn deer. There's one damn deer. Yeah, bits of this are very overgrown. Luckily you can kind of go around, which is probably why it got so overgrown. I got the water from the 3 horseshoes think it's called. And actually they had a shop, it was just still open. Wow, ouch. I'm getting attacked by bramble. Going to use my trekking poles as sort of I was more just interested in that. It's all very fenced. I was hoping that wood was... There was a bit of wood which you get into, but it was very overgrown and not flat. Ouch. But everyone sees that and comes down that lane trackway and just totally skips it. I don't know why I did it, to be honest. Wow, view. It's tempting. I mean, there isn't any animals in these fields. Yeah, sadly the woods are all fenced off. Star Hill Wood, I was hoping it would be open. I was really tempted. There was a bench, just to camp by the bench, but it was really public. And also there's a big house that looks onto it. I think the houses have been a long way away, but there was a big house not too far away, and I was like, I don't know if they are the owner of the land or another one had lights on. Yeah, I would be visible for miles. Very much not stealth camping. Stupidly, probably, I'm going on to Kemsing or Oxford. Oh, and joy of joys, I have to cross the M25 again. It's probably going to be another 10 o'clock job. I'm not happy about this, but just under 3 miles to Oxford Mount, just past Oxford. My gut feeling was right yesterday. It could be very wrong today. There are options before then, but I really don't want to camp by the M26 and the A224. I don't want to be camping right by a motorway that makes noises all night. This is ridiculous, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful sky. Very beautiful sky. But yeah, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I just don't want to be that visible. Luckily, most of it's along roads, but unluckily, hard on my feet, but I can do it quickly. Already had to use my sticks against somebody who was speeding down the road. At Dunson Green, after Chiefling Cross, this is the official North Downs way. I'm maybe not selling it to you. I'm certainly not selling it to me. Pavement is so overgrown, you can hardly use the pavement. I don't know if this is the A road or the M25, I think it's M25. We're going to cross it again. Yay, are you excited? Did you miss me? Excitement of the M25. Whoa. Don't even know when you need one. This is something Meadow Wood. It was the one sandwich between the M26 and the M25, and all that is, I'm too tired to get to Kemsing. I did actually see one down here that was good. There's one down there which is good, but it's a bit visible. Just been hacking away at the evil bramble. Ha! 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 Gotcha, bramble. I'm trying to clear sight as much as possible. Stuff. What worries me is the bramble. I don't really want any bramble getting underneath. But yeah, here's the site. It's not too bad. Moved all of it from there. Do not want it. Do not want. I don't want to recreate the nightmare that was the place in the Chilterns, Ashton, Keynes. There is a path back there, but it's kind of well back and not easy to get here. It'll probably be alright. Tent is up. This is where I wish I had more space for my nature hike. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare to build that up. I'll have to do. I'm knackered, it's 10:30. I'm hearing noises, but I think it's deer. I found last night it to be surprisingly cold, so I'm going to put my leggings on and the ruby out all clipped up. It wasn't too bad just as a blanket. It's not massively cold, it's a bit chilly in this wood. I hope that's deer. Morning. It's 8 o'clock. No, that was asleep. Legs are really hurting. I haven't been bothered with here. I didn't think I would be. A dog or a deer? It's called the Crown Meadow Woods. Near the Derwent Valley Pass. That's where I am at the moment. Sandwiched between the M25 and the M26. And you can probably hear them in the background. But it didn't stop me sleeping. And this is the closest I'd ever get to a roundabout camp. It was a bit quieter at night. You know, it's noisy. Make some breakfast and get out of here. Yeah, you can see what a nightmare it was sitting at this tent. It's sandwiched between brambles and tree. Yeah, putting in those pegs is fun though, in the brambles. Did a fairly good job of it actually, considering. Not the best place, but I couldn't have walked to Kemsing or Otford. It's only about a mile or two away, but I was just knackered. My legs are feeling a bit better, but I'm a bit trashed today. Certainly today is very slow going. It took me ages to put my socks on and shoes on. It's just didn't help that I think I slept a long way around. And the sunshine is out, so that's good. Made the mistake of reading in the comments on Paul's last video last night. Yeah, I didn't really want to be crying in a tent. They were really good comments, but too much to read. Yeah, notification on my phone about I should be on the coach to see Paul today, now. With the trip we planned. I didn't realise it added it to my phone automatically, so it's like saying, oh, we're coach to Leicester. He's going. So, I don't know what this was before, but this is a recently planted wood or common land. It's not been a wood for a long time. So it might be a millennial thing or whatever. It feels like that kind of era. Not really looked after. No one seems to come here. I was expecting dogs and toddlers and stuff. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not exactly the nice kind of wood I prefer. But it did. Time to get some hiking in. It's 10 o'clock. Later than I wanted to be. And I am tired already. I'm hoping getting on the road, or on the trail, getting away from this, we'll hopefully find some water. I'll feel better.
That was the end of part 4 of the North Downs Way. We travelled a distance of 16.25 miles and a total of 60.4 miles. I have a question for everybody. Have you heard any tall tales or strange tales on your trips or walks or hikes? Let me know in the comments. If you like this, please click like and click that subscribe button to keep up to date with my trips, including this one. On screen now will be the next day when it's available and the previous day when it's not. And I hope you're all well. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.